Hey guys, check it out. You're watching Jonathan Clarke on YouTube. Oh no. So you guys have all heard the story of Sleeping Beauty, I'm sure, right? Sleeping Beauty wanders through the forest one evening and she stumbles across Prince Philip. They dance and they sing the song Once Upon a Dream. And that's what my life feels like, is like a dream, because I just found the Descendants and Zombies niche. You guys have embraced me with hugs and I have never left. And to be honest with each and every one of you, I never want to leave, because I consider this to be one of the greatest honors of my life, to be able to create Descendants and Zombies videos for each and every one of you. If this is a dream, I certainly hope that I never wake up from it, and I mean that from my heart to yours, because I used to create a lot of YouTube shows over the years. I've been on YouTube for a very long time, longer than many of you have perhaps been alive, and I used to talk about a lot of stuff that a lot of people really weren't interested in. Nobody would ever subscribe, nobody would ever like. I was famous for everything I ever talked about on YouTube for some reason. I don't even know why. But this niche has made me famous overnight. And I can't thank you enough for that. You guys are so kind. And I just want to say thank you from my heart to yours. And I want you to forever know that I will always and forever appreciate you. I say this because I said earlier that I had 2,756 subscribers. Well, actually, just as I uploaded the latest video on my YouTube channel and threw it up and made it public, somebody else subscribed. So I want to say thank you to you. I have not forgotten about you. It's just I have so many people subscribing to this YouTube channel that I lose count. But I know that you will forever and always hold a special place in my heart, and I just want you to know that. I am incredibly excited about Descendants 5 Wicked Wonderland. I am really excited to meet Liamani Segura's character Pink. I look forward to her future with the franchise. I think she has a very promising future with this franchise. Having said that, I will forever and always miss Ruby Rose Turner. Her voice on the song Life is Sweeter When You Are made perfect sense to me, and I've been singing it ever since I first heard it. Now, there are rumors that Kylie Cantrell and Liamani Segura will be singing a remake of Life is Sweeter When You Are, and I'm incredibly excited for that, because I think that Liamani Segura's voice is going to be absolutely phenomenal on this score to really change it up. Kind of like how they made the Uma song, What's My Name, into a remix by the time we got to Descendants 4, The Rise of Red. As fabulous of a job as she did as the principal of Oregon Prep, I think that I would have done an even more fabulous job as the principal of Oregon Prep. I think I would have been pretty credible in that role, because I remember all the times that I was in high school and I was a real geek. And I was really smart. So anytime somebody wouldn't know the answer during a class, I would be all like, ooh, pick me. And when they would finally pick me, I would just either be picked and say the answer to the question, or I would just shout it out, because I would just become very annoyed over the fact that some guy didn't know the answer. And I would be sent to the principal's office for a lot of stupid reasons, like sticking gum on somebody's chair and they would sit on it, or throwing a pencil up at a light and blowing it up. And yeah, I spent a lot of time in the principal's office, but that didn't mean that I wasn't in the principal's office for a good reason. Like, I picked up for some girl who was being bullied, some girl who was being made fun of, because I had this thing. I always believed that a girl was right over every guy or every situation that she was in. So when I would be at school and I would be at my locker, putting something in my locker or taking something out of my locker and closing it and going home or going to class, I would see some guy treating his girlfriend like shit. And I'd just become the Incredible Hulk. And, I'd stand up for her, and I'd be sent to the principal's office for it, and, at the end of the day, I was always the romantic guy who always, chose her heart over what that guy was treating her, for whatever reason, why he was treating her the way that he was. I just want you to know that you're always the one who's right in every situation, and that's why I always picked up for Kylie Cantrell, because when I saw her crying on videos just last year, the thing was, it really upset me, because I thought about all the girls that I went to school with who were bullied, who seemed like they were backed into proverbial corners, had become trapped in relationships they couldn't make sense of, in situations that they couldn't make sense of, and it really broke my heart. I can't lie about that. So I started really picking up for Kylie Cantrell, because I wanted Kylie Cantrell to know just how special she was. I always and forever wanted Kylie Cantrell to know how special she was, and more importantly, I always wanted Kylie Cantrell to know that she never did anything wrong. I think that girls always want to make somebody happy, and they always want you to understand them for who they are. They never ever want to make you feel less of a person. They never ever want to make you feel like you're overshadowed by something going on in their own life. All a girl has ever wanted is to make somebody happy, and when they need space, I think the best thing that a guy can do is give that to them, and while they give them their space, just try to understand where they are coming from. So when I heard all these rumors about how Kylie Control's boyfriend was really treating her horrible, it really broke my heart. And then, of course, you girls were subscribing to my YouTube channel because you heard me saying that I wanted to run for president of the United States. I said that because I think I have a chance. And I just want to put it out there that if you girls will hit the subscribe button a couple more times for me, I will seriously think about running for president of the United States and giving you Disney Plus for free, giving you a free trip to Disney, giving you free health care, and financing Descendants for the next 25 years. And what I mean by financing Descendants for the next 25 years, I will not only finance the Descendants franchise for the next 25 years if I don't buy it first, I will also finance Kylie Control's independently produced EP so that Kylie Control can produce an album the way she wants it to and not have to worry about a financial crisis that she could run into. Because I know how difficult it is to produce an album independently. It is quite challenging. And my heart goes out to every single girl who ever wanted to produce an album independently, because it is very hard to do that and really get noticed for your voice and for your lyrics. And Kylie Control did that through her EP because of songs like See You Tonight, Goodie Bag, and Denim. But I think that it's so difficult to produce an album the way you want it produced. So I just want to give her a little bit of help in the way of financing, and I mean it. I will definitely, our next EP that comes out, if you girls hit the subscribe button, I will finance that album to the heights of unprecedentedness and make it happen for Kylie Control, because no guy is worth her tears. And I honestly mean that. No guy is worth the tears of people like Ruby Rose Turner or Dove Cameron. It really breaks my heart when I see them treated the way that they are. So what happened is a bunch of girls started subscribing to my very first Descendants videos and blew it up because I had an opinion about Dove Cameron's boyfriend and her relationship overnight. And I said what I did about Ryan because it was utterly repulsive how Ryan was treating Dove Cameron. It really was. They had this band, The Girl and the Dreamcatcher. Many of you have heard of them. I used to watch their music videos years ago when I was a fan of the show Liv and Maddie. And Liv and Maddie brings back so many fond memories of my childhood because I was a big fan of shows like Hannah Montana, Wizards of Waverly Place, Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, Phineas and Ferb. Every animated TV show Disney had, from Aladdin to The Little Mermaid to Winnie the Pooh. I remember watching the Winnie the Pooh animated series when I was 10 years old, and that was every Saturday morning. I'm going to shut up now because I'm a really cute guy, but I remember, that show Liv and Maddie brought me back to my childhood. I was 25 when Liv and Maddie was at the heights of its popularity, and I was around 25, 26 years old when Descendants premiered, and I knew it was going to be a classic. It was going to be something that was going to forever hold a special place in all of our hearts. And I felt like Dove Cameron just always wanted to be free and wanted to be herself, and I think that's what really made me admire Dove Cameron so much. And then here comes Kylie Control, being held down by so many unbelievable things in her life, from a boyfriend to her political point of view, having been dragged into a conversation. And before Kylie Control was ever born, it's really interesting because there was a conversation years ago. I was always being interviewed on different radio programs, and they would always ask me about what would ever happen if Jonathan Clarke ran for president of the United States, because that was months after a conversation had been making the rounds and been found within the midst of all the articles online about what would ever happen if Jonathan Clarke ran for president of the United States. I'm not going to lie to each and every one of you. I have seriously contemplated running for president, so it's really convenient that I saw all these videos of Kylie Control crying over her point of view about the President of the United States. The reason why she felt the way she did about Donald Trump is because Donald Trump has never done anything right by any of us. My heart really does go out to Kylie, and I just want Kylie to know that no guy is worth her tears, and certainly not worth her political point of view being dragged into a conversation. If she's going to cry, I would much prefer Kylie cry over something that makes her happy, like being read in the Descendants franchise. And I think that, as President of the United States, or the owner of the Descendants franchise, which I seriously would buy for $22.5 million, if that's what makes Kylie Control happy, then so be it. All I've ever wanted is for Kylie Control to be happy. And if Kylie Control is happy, then I'm happy, and that's all right by me. The same thing can be said about each and every one of you. I think that you've seen your fair share of criticism when it comes to Descendants and Zombies and for being a Descendants or Zombies fan, but you don't care because you love it so much. But I say that because I think that you've deserved to see really nice videos about Descendants and Zombies for forever, and I go back to the premiere of music videos like Place to Be and Don't Mess With Us months before the Zombies movie premiered on Disney Channel. It premiered 2.5 weeks ago, and I was incredibly honored to sit at home and review this movie because I sit at home a lot. Ever since my back got bad and I had to retire from pro wrestling and being a pro wrestling journalist, I sit at home a lot and I watch a lot of Disney Channel. And I sat down with no piece of paper in front of me, no pen, and I didn't take any notes like some of the people who review Descendants and Zombies do. And I thought it was just such an incredible movie. It was an inspirational movie that inspired us to be stronger, that every dream that we have can come true. There was even a song called Dreams Come True that was done by Freya Sky and Malachi Burton, who did a fabulous job, which is why I'm really excited to hear Liamani Segura and Kylie Cantrell's remake of Life is Sweeter When You Are in the upcoming Descendants Live Wick and Wonderland. I think that's really going to go places, and it's really going to hit people hard in the heart. It's going to punch you really hard in the heart, I really think. I loved watching the movie. I love the story about the forbidden fruit and the struggle for power between the Day Walkers and the Night Walkers. And what really got me is that they were trying to find everything negative to say about the movie. They were even trying to make fun of how Day Walkers and Night Walkers could coexist, what the difference was. I mean, it's a pretty duh moment where Day Walkers are vampires that can walk in the sun. Night Walkers are vampires that can walk in the daylight with the acid of a special magic, or walk in the nighttime. It's a very simple concept that I think a lot of people were just trying to find the negative in. And then, of course, I appreciated how Zed and Addison said, "I love you" for the first time in the Zombies franchise. And I think that was the first franchise where actually two people said they loved each other, which was really, really cool. And it brought me back to all the times that I was in high school and I never had a date to my high school prom. And that broke my heart, and I cried for a little bit. But the emotion that I saw from all four characters that were the focal point of the movie, from Malachi Burton to Freya Sky to Meg Donnelly to Milo Mann, it was just an amazing movie. It was definitely a 5-star production that I will never ever forget, which makes me even more excited for Zombies 5. And I really like the song Legends in the Making because it got me to thinking about my legacy and what I want to be remembered for. And honestly, what I want to be remembered for is the greatest of all time. I've always had this fear of being forgotten. But I know now, with how many girls are subscribing to my YouTube channel, that I will be remembered for forever. I know it's going to take some time before I'm remembered for forever, but I know eventually I will go down in history for having been one of the greatest of all time to ever talk about Descendants or Zombies. I mean, who else out there moves into a home near a chemical plant, a soda plantation that could explode, and a noodle shop? Because if my YouTube channel backfires, I will have to apply for a job in the noodle shop. And trust me, delivering 150 plates of noodles, driving a noodle truck every night after 6 p.m. is not something that you want to get into. But if you girls hit the subscribe button, I will not have to work in a noodle shop. And I can sit at home and be a full-time YouTube creator and just focus on creating Descendants and Zombies videos for each and every one of you while I go and get routine blood work done to make sure there's no vampire blood in my system from killing vampires. And I know my house is haunted. I've lived in this. They told me this house was haunted, and I said, perfect. You hear a lot of banging in the background, and that is... That's absolutely insane, I know, but I jumped at the opportunity when I found out this house was haunted because I thought it was a perfect way to, really drive home the point of Descendants and Zombies and the fact there is apparently an alien probe on the way to Earth to kill us all within an instant. But I want you girls to know that even if there is an alien probe on the way to Earth to kill us all, that doesn't mean that I don't love each and every one of you and I don't go above and beyond the requirements of a YouTube creator. So Ryan McCartan was on YouTube last year, and he had like 113,000 subscribers, and now he hasn't uploaded the video in over a year. So I want to say thank you to each and every one of you who stood behind me trying to remove Ryan McCartan from YouTube because a lot of the unprofessional advice he was giving you with relationships, how he was talking about Dove Cameron without even mentioning her name. It's such an honor that you guys chose this YouTube channel over Ryan's and every other Descendants and Zombies YouTube channel out there. I love you guys so much, man, and I just want to create the best videos for you. I know sometimes it sounds like I'm suffering from a zombie or a vampire attack, but that's what goes. That's the sacrifices you have to make when you're creating videos for people, and then you jump through a window every night after 6 p.m. and try to kill a bunch of vampires and werewolves when you're on the graveyard shift. And trust me, living a Peter Parker kind of lifestyle where you come in through that window every morning at 5 a.m. just before the sun comes up is never easy. You flop on the bed, you get a milkshake, then you flop on the bed, and just hope somebody's going to subscribe to your YouTube channel. So yeah, the way my life is headed right now, I have no relationship. I have nobody to play games with, so it's either work at a noodle shop for the rest of my life or create Descendants or Zombies videos for the rest of my life. So in order for me not to have to work at a noodle shop, you girls have got to hit my subscribe button, and I hope you're going to do that. I really do hope that you're going to do that. I'm really excited about all the new characters that we're going to be seeing in Descendants 5 with Wonderland. I love how Princess and the Frog are going to have characters. I love how in Kanto we're going to see characters. I really want to see what Liamani Segura's character is going to do in this movie. Is she going to be as powerful as what Ruby Rose Turner's character Bridget was? I just want to say this. I miss Ruby so much. I miss Ruby so much. From my heart to yours, I just want to say for every fan out there of Ruby Rose Turner, because I know they are watching these videos, I'm going to miss Ruby just as much as each and every one of you are. I know that a lot of people were telling Kylie in emails and in conversations they were going to miss Ruby being a part of Descendants. And I'm going to be honest with each and every one of you. I'm going to miss Ruby because I watched Descendants because of Ruby Rose Turner. I didn't watch Descendants primarily because of anybody else. I was a huge fan of Kylie Cantrell, but I was an even bigger fan of Ruby. So when I heard Ruby was going to be a part of Descendants, I was really excited. I was blown away by Ruby's voice. I was blown away by Ruby's character, just how connected Ruby felt to her character and the audience and the message the character was trying to portray and relay. I loved everything about Ruby. I remember watching Ruby when she was like 11 years old, and she was on this show called Coop and Cammy Ask the World. And I loved her from the very first moment I saw her. I knew she had something special. I knew she was just going to explode. She was so vibrant, and everybody was criticizing Ruby. Everybody was criticizing Ruby, and I just wanted to kick their ass because Ruby was just so genuinely kind. That was the thing about Ruby. Ruby was just so genuinely kind. She was this girl at 11 years old who had the biggest crush in the world on Justin Bieber. She didn't understand how unprofessional Justin Bieber was, and she didn't care how unprofessional Justin Bieber was. All she knew was she had the biggest crush in the world on Justin Bieber. I was a guy who knew a guy who was a security guard. It was kind of like that show Freaky Stories years ago. It was a story that happened to a friend of mine. So I had a friend who was a security guard for concerts at certain venues. So one night Justin Bieber was doing a concert. He was a security guard. Justin had his hat stolen, and Justin kicked up a really huge scene where he wanted the fan to return his hat, and he wouldn't take no for an answer. As of that moment, when I saw it happen, my heart broke. I thought about Ruby. I wanted to kick his ass, but I refrained from doing it. So I want to put it out there that if Justin Bieber wants to have a WWE grudge match at WrestleMania, I'm in for it, man, because Ruby didn't deserve to have her heart broken by some guy like Justin. Thankfully, Justin fell in love with Haley now and left Ruby Rose Turner alone. But I want Ruby to know, just because Justin felt that way about her does not mean that Ruby is not a special person. I also want Kylie Cantrell to know, like I said her earlier, no guy is worth her tears, man. I saw one of Kylie Cantrell's latest TikTok videos today, and she seemed like she was having a bit of fun. I always watch for that smile to come across Kylie Cantrell's face when she is recording dance numbers with her own music. I think she was doing one for Goodie Bag today, and it was nice seeing a smile on her face. I also wonder about Meg Donnelly and how she's going to do as the producer of Zombies. I know she feels very passionate about Zombies and, didn't want to say goodbye, but I guess where she's 25 years old now, she wants to focus on being a producer and sitting behind the camera and go the same road, take the same road and the same path as Selena Gomez did with Wizards Beyond Waverly Place, which is a fabulous show that Kylie Cantrell attended a red carpet premiere of. Attending red carpet premieres are really cool. I've had the honor of attending a lot of red carpet premieres for movies in the past, and it is really cool because you see all of your favorite stars that you idolized growing up. So in Kylie's situation, Kylie had the opportunity to see Selena Gomez and David Henry, who she grew up idolizing on the original Wizards of Waverly Place, and she also grew up idolizing High School Musical, and she also grew up idolizing Descendants, and she got the opportunity to play all these iconic characters and attend so many red carpet premieres. Let me just say this. People like Kylie Cantrell and Mila Baker, who only has 480,000 followers, deserve so much more respect and so much more credit than what they are ever given. I just want to say this. I watched Mila Baker on a show called Are You Afraid of the Dark Reboot in 2022, and that was during the pandemic. All humans were locked down. I had nowhere to go, nowhere to be. So I watched the Are You Afraid of the Dark Reboot, the miniseries, and it brought me back to my childhood when I was 9 years old, watching the original Are You Afraid of the Dark. The first Are You Afraid of the Dark episode premiered on October 31st, 1990. I was only like 4 years old when I watched Are You Afraid of the Dark. Was I scared to death? Yeah, I was scared to death because I thought the Crimson Clown was going to drag me from underneath the bed. I thought that some psycho monster was going to kill me. But I loved watching that show, and it brought me back to so many childhood memories of when I watched the original Are You Afraid of the Dark. I think Mila Baker's work is absolutely incredible, and this friendship that she has with Kylie Cantrell is quite lovely, honestly. And I don't know where people are finding time and criticizing it. I support it. I just want to put it out there that I really do support the friendship between Kylie Cantrell and Mila Baker. And if anybody has a problem with it, well, then they've got a problem with me. Because there's just something about a girl's friendship with another girl that really captivates me, because it shows just how strongly a girl feels about another girl and how supportive they are of each other. And I really hated how a guy sometimes jumps to a conclusion in a relationship with a girl and he says, why are you spending so much time with this girl? Why are you spending so much time with your girlfriend? The reason why they do it, idiot, is because the girl understands them better than you understand them. And if you understood them better, then she probably wouldn't be spending so much time, perhaps, with her girlfriends. But I think a bond that a girl shares with another girl is quite beautiful. I have a friend who I talk to a lot, and she has a lot of friends who are girls. And I've never, ever once discouraged her from spending time with her girlfriends, because I look at it from the point of view, if I was in that situation, I would like to have support from my guy friends, which a lot of the time I don't really have a whole lot of support from, or get support from. So when I see a girl that I'm in a relationship with having, a close bond, a close-knit bond with somebody, I really encourage that. I go above and beyond the requirements of a boyfriend to really just push for that, because I think that the support, moral support from a girl to another girl, is just something a guy can't understand or a guy can't support a girl with. Sure, you can give them love and compassion, but I think that the bond that a girl shares with another girl is just something absolutely mind-blowing, and I never ever wanted to take that away from anybody. Let me just say that. And I will forever incredibly be supportive of everybody who I know who has a girlfriend she's really close with. As I mentioned, I had a girl who I knew who had a lot of friends who were girls, and I've forever and always been incredibly supportive of her. I have no idea where she is in the world tonight, but I just love it when I see so many girls just sharing in so many passions and interests, and I just never ever wanted to discourage that, just as I've never ever wanted to discourage you from believing a dream, no matter what that dream is. And I really don't care what your dream is, just know that one day your dream will happen for you, and that's one of the biggest reasons why this YouTube channel exists. It doesn't exist necessarily because I believe an alien probe is on the way to Earth that will eventually kill us all, or because I believe that happily ever after does exist, or fairy tales do exist. This YouTube channel exists because of each and every one of you. Because I can remember a time when this YouTube channel had like 5 subscribers, and now because of celebrities like Kylie Cantrell, Freya Sky, Meg Donnelly, Ruby Rose Turner, Mila Baker, this YouTube channel has almost 3,000 subscribers. I can't believe it. I can't believe how I sit behind this podcast microphone every single night with an itchy nose, and I talk about Descendants and Zombies because you guys love it so much, and because I share in that same passion. I feel as if this is the most supportive group of fans that I've ever had in my life, and I never ever want to experience anything else, to be honest with each and every one of you. If there was one thing that I want to experience this with all of you for just a little while longer, because in all honesty, I never ever thought that I'd see the day where my YouTube channel would explode with over 3,000 subscribers. I have each and every one of you to thank for that. I honestly don't know where I would be tonight without each and every one of you. I honestly don't. Because the reality of it is you could be subscribed to anybody else's YouTube channel, but you're subscribed here with me, and I am forever and eternally indebted to each and every one of you for having subscribed to this YouTube channel. You've listened to me talk about how I felt about Ryan McCartan. You've listened to me talk about how I felt about Kylie Cantrell's boyfriend. You've listened to me talk about how I felt about Descendants and Zombies. And we're still together. Some of the very first subscribers that I put up on this YouTube channel for the very first time are still here. And it's such a huge honor for me to have sit behind this podcast microphone and to have been able to talk about Descendants and Zombies in a way that I've felt that it's deserved to have been talked about for a very long time. So I just wanted to say thank you so much from my heart to yours. I honestly don't know where I would be without the support of each and every one of you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to upload this video to my YouTube channel, and one can only hope as a YouTube creator someone is going to hear his voice, click on his thumbnail, and click on his subscribe button. So I will go to Booster Juice, I will get a fruit smoothie, I will come back, and hopefully somebody is going to have the subscribe button hit on this YouTube channel before I head out on the graveyard shift tonight. Just to let you guys know, give you a little bit of an update, I will be back later on sometime throughout this evening with one final video before I sign off for the night. But before I do that, I just want to let you know that every dream that you have can come true, and I just want you to keep holding on to that dream for just a little while longer, because you never know when it's going to happen for you. Having said that, I just want to say thank you so much for all the love and support you've shown this YouTube channel. I don't know where I would be without each and every one of you. You definitely show that kindness really does go a long way in this world. Having said that, be kind to one another. Bye, YouTube. We will do this again in just a few hours from now. Be kind to one another.